Hey everyone, welcome back to the JavaScript course. So in this video, we'll be looking into the JavaScript BOM. And if you find this interesting, let's get started right away. So in this video, we'll be exploring about the browser object model inside of JavaScript. Okay, so inside my VS Code, I've opened up my index.html file, my style.css file, as well as my script.js file. So there is some basic boilerplate code present inside my index file, as you can see. And inside my style.css file, there is some basic styling given. And inside my script file, there is a basic console.log message. Okay, so now let's start exploring about the browser object model inside of JavaScript. Okay, you're gonna write that out clear. So browser object model, that is BOM and JavaScript. Okay, so what exactly is a browser object model, right? So basically the browser object model helps in interacting with the web browser that is present, and the default object that is present inside of the browser object model is known as the window object. Okay, so along with the window object, there are other different kinds of objects as well that we are going to discuss. So the first one, as I told, is the window object. So we're going to write that out. Okay, then we have the screen object that is present. Okay, so after the screen object, we have the history object. Okay, and after the history object is the next one is the navigator object, and then we have basically the location object. Okay, and then we have the document object that is present. So let's write that out. So we'll be exploring some of these. So the first one is of course the window object. Okay, so as I told, the window object is the default object model that is inside the browser object model. So this window object is created by the browser itself. Okay, so there are some methods inside of the window object, so let's look into that. So first of all, we have the first method, that is the alert method that is present in the window object, right? So let us check that out. So we're just gonna say window dot alert, and let's say a message. Okay, we're gonna say hello world, and let's save the file. Let's come back to our web page over here, and let's refresh over here. Yeah, so there you go. This is giving us a alert box with the message which says hello world. Okay, so that's the way the alert method, the alert method works inside of the window object, right? So after this, there is another method, that is the prompt method. Okay, so let's write that out. So prompt method in JavaScript in the window object. Okay, so it's going to be super similar. It's going to be window.prompt. We're going to ask something from the user, so that's the reason we're using prompt. So let's say enter your name or any other input value which we want to give. Okay, so let us save the file. Let's comment this out because it's going to run again. So let's save the file, and over here, if you just refresh it over here, you should be seeing a prompt message which says enter your name. So you enter a random name, and then let's press on OK. Okay, so that's the way this the prompt method works. So after this, we have is another method, that is the set timeout method. Okay, so basically we just write window dot set timeout, which is going to take a callback over here. Okay, and it's going to execute after a particular amount of time. So the second argument inside our set timeout is the number of milliseconds we need to pass. So let's say after 3000 seconds, we are just console.logging a message. Okay, so we're going to say console.log hello JavaScript again, or let's say hello world. This is code, this is some code. Okay, so this this set timeout function is going to get executed after 3 milliseconds because we have passed it over here, that is 3000 milliseconds or 3 seconds, sorry. And inside the set timeout, we have just console.logging a message. Okay, so which says hello world. This is some code. So after, if I save the file after 3 seconds, we should be seeing this inside our console. So let's save the file. Let's come back to our web page. So after 3 seconds over here, you should be seeing that coming, right? So let us save the file once. Okay, I think because of this it's not working, I guess. So let's just comment out this as well. Okay, so now let's check it out. So after 3 seconds we should see that, yeah, there you go, we are getting that correctly. So that's it. So these are some of the methods inside of the window object. So there is there are two more methods, that is the open and close method also. So now we'll be looking into the next one, that is basically the screen object. Okay, so this basically gives the calculations for the width and height of the screen, right? So we'll be looking at, we're just going to say console.log, and we're going to access the screen object. We're going to say screen dot width. Okay, so this is going to be the screen width basically. So if you just say over here screen width, okay, so it's going to give that value. So let's also calculate the height of this. So we're going to say console.log, we're going to say screen height is pretty much going to be screen dot height, like this. Okay, so you should get, I think, 1440 and 900 in the console. Yeah, so there you go, screen height is 1440 pixels and the screen height is 900. Okay, so these are some of the methods. I think there are many other methods of this as well, you can check that out. So let's do a few more. So console.log, we're going to say access the screen object first, and if you write the dot operator, you're pretty much going to get other other attributes as well to access the major calculations that are present. Okay, so if you access the avail width, you're going to get that in the console, that is this thing. So similarly for the other thing, that is console.log of avail height. Okay, yeah, so that's avail height number, that is 816. So I think we have few more methods that are present. So let's say console.log screen dot, yeah, so we have pixel depth and even orientation method as well. So let's save the file. Yeah, so this is something about the orientation, the pixel depth, right? So these are some of the methods inside of the screen object. So now let's look into basically the location object. Okay, so location object, so we're just gonna just console.log this value also. So we're gonna say location dot. Okay, so we have these three different attributes that we can access, that is the href, the host name, the protocol name, or the path name. Okay, so firstly we're just going to do the path name that is present. So let's save the file. Okay, so this is the path that we are in currently inside this web browser. Okay, so that's the reason it's showing that. So the next thing over here is we're going to say console.log, we're going to access the location dot basically the href. Okay, so let's save the file, come back to our web page. So this is the web page. So currently, this is the href link. So basically I'm on the live server, so that's the reason it is showing me that correct link. Okay, so let's look into some of the other attributes as well. So we're just going to say console.log location dot, let's access the dot method, and we have the path name. Path name is already done. So location dot search, we have search. Okay, I don't think anything is going to come over here because there is nothing inside of that method. Okay, so let's again try it out. So I think we have 2 or 3 more methods, so let's look into that. So we have origin and protocol, right? So let's check out our origin. Yeah, so again it's going to be that value itself. So the next thing is of course protocol. So it's going to be console.log of location, we're going to access that object, and then we're going to say dot protocol, this one, save the file. Yeah, so protocol is going to be HTTP, so that's the correct one which we're using over here in this browser, right? So I think that's it about the browser object model inside of JavaScript. We discussed about all the different kinds of objects inside of the BOM, that is basically the window object, the screen object, the history, the navigator, location, and document object. And we discussed some of the main things, that is the window object, the location, as well as the screen object. Okay, you can go and explore about the remaining, that is history, navigation, document. Okay, I think I think that's it for this video. So let's see you in the next video, and then thank you for watching.